Hi people, my name is Jean Tiberio and I'm a nutritionist and wellness coach. You're listening to Healing Outside the Box. This is episode 194 and I'm calling it Antioxidants Are Great, but Why? Now I'm going to keep you in suspense for a minute because I want to tell you about a new journal article I just came across from the American Journal of Cardiology, and it's regarding energy drinks. And you know them as Red Bull, Monster, 5 Hour Energy. I guess even Tab came out with one. Another one is called Cocaine, which is interesting. I did an episode on energy drinks last year, and I'll try to pull it up in the show notes if you want to listen to that. But basically we all know that energy drinks have a lot of caffeine, but they also have a lot of additional ingredients, including something called taurine. That's Taurine. It's basically taurine that they want to investigate because they have a pretty good idea about what caffeine does. Now, when they did these studies, they compared the energy drinks to other drinks that had the same amount of caffeine. And they looked at a lot of things. They looked at blood pressure, EKGs, changes in blood flow patterns. By the way, we now know that your blood does concentrate its flow patterns in different directions. For example, when you eat, your blood flow goes to your stomach to help digest your food. And that makes sense, but thinking about all of this makes me really be in awe of what our bodies can do. Anyway, they found that the energy drinks increase blood pressure more than the caffeine-only drinks. They found something else that was surprising. They found that on the EKG, the time it took from the beginning of the heartbeat to the end of the heartbeat was longer with the energy drinks, but not the caffeine-only drinks. Longer heartbeat times are often called long QT intervals, and this is associated with arrhythmias or irregular heart rhythms. We all know the heartbeat goes something like boop, 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 but your physician calls that a QT interval. In other words, what is seen on the EKG is QRST. So that interval in fractions of a second is spread out longer with the energy drinks. They also found that blood flow to the brain might actually have been slowed with the energy drinks compared to the caffeine-only drinks. Again, this is similar to, say, what happens when you eat a large meal and your body sends the blood flow to the stomach and intestines to digest that meal. In other words, eating a huge meal might not be the time to, say, come up with a cure for cancer. So after you've eaten a Thanksgiving meal, if you think you may not be the sharpest thumbtack in the box, you're not alone. And apparently, after you drink an energy drink with caffeine and taurine, your blood flow is concentrating on pumping your heart faster and not so much on feeding your brain. Just food for thought if you're taking a Red Bull before studying for an exam. Anyway, back to the episode. Antioxidants are great, but why? Now, I'm sure you're thinking, because they fight oxidation. And they do. But understanding what that means goes to the importance of what they do. In other words, if you're thinking, I know why I'm eating these blueberries, and you understand the importance, then you're more likely to eat them again. Okay, so antioxidants fight oxidation. First, let's discuss what oxidation is and why it's bad. No, it doesn't always have to be bad. When you cut into an apple or pear, it will turn brown after a while. It's being oxidized before your eyes. Oxidation in your body is happening pretty much all of the time, and it's associated with aging. Now, we can't stop time, but we can accelerate the oxidation process with the not-so-great things, like smoking and excessive alcohol. I'm sure that doesn't surprise anyone who's seen the skin of someone that has been smoking for 40 years. And as any surgeon can tell you, it's not just the skin. You may not want to see the organs. Now we know that highly processed foods are associated with oxidation in our bodies as well. So, oxidation happens in the presence of something called free radicals. And I apologize up front because I'm about to get into something that sounds a little like biochemistry. Under normal conditions, for the most part, molecules like to be neutral. In other words, they have an equal number of protons or positively charged molecules and electrons, negatively charged. The pluses and the minuses balance each other out. Somewhere along the line, they might get disrupted by either good or bad molecules, say molecules with oxygen or nitrogen. An oxygen molecule, as we know, is O2, and that has a slight negative charge. Hydrogen has a +1 charge. So water, H2O, is neutral. Nitrogen by itself has a -3 charge, which would make NH3, or ammonia, a neutral molecule. So you see what's happening. We're putting together plus and minus to make neutral. But when oxygen or nitrogen bang into certain molecules, they become charged, and then they become free radicals. This whole process is speeded up by irritants like smoking, excessive alcohol, stress, trans fatty acids. You knew they would be coming in, I bet. And, well, you're not going to like this, but spare ribs on the barbecue. The whole barbecuing or charring process creates free radicals. So these uninvited free radicals attach themselves to other free radicals, and then suddenly there's a big bunch of free radicals. Now, why is that bad? Well, free radicals can alter your DNA. If it alters the DNA in your skin, you can get skin cancer. And they can make a mess out of your cells in general. By the way, this type of free radical degeneration can lead to early aging of the skin and organs. Now, a certain amount of free radicals are present in our normal, healthy bodies. Damage happens when our free radicals pile up so rapidly that they overwhelm our natural ability to neutralize them. This is called oxidative stress. So when you see or hear information about oxidative stress, this is what they're talking about, the piling up of free radicals. Now, if this piling up continues, the free radical oxidation can lead to rapid aging, as we've mentioned, cancer also, inflammatory diseases of all kinds, and even dementia. And I think they're now piling diabetes and heart disease on that list. But never fear. Antioxidants are coming to the rescue. I think it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. The more antioxidants we take, the better able we'll be to fight these free radicals that cause oxidative stress. So more is better. Now, our bodies can make some of these antioxidants. Examples might be, say, enzymes, which are basically proteins that go in and neutralize the free radicals. But we also need antioxidants from foods. A diet rich in antioxidants, for example, I'm just saying, the Mediterranean diet, is very helpful in fighting oxidation and preventing all of those diseases. One of the things that antioxidants can do is to jump in and neutralize the free radicals with, say, an electron, which is the negative charge. Sometimes antioxidants can actually become the enzymes that break down those free radicals. An example of this is vitamin A. You've all heard of that. Sometimes these antioxidants can be minerals that act as cofactors in these reactions to break down the free radicals. An example of this might be copper or zinc. Sometimes antioxidants can help continue the process of recycling or cleaning up these free radicals. In other words, they're helping to keep the self-healing going on all the time. Dr. Mark Hyman has a great article about this, and I'll leave it in the show notes for you. Okay, so what are all these antioxidants? Obviously the ones I've just mentioned, but in general, if you guessed that they're the colorful fruits and vegetables, you would be correct. They're also the nuts and seeds. That doesn't mean that avocados and garlic aren't good for you. I'm just saying that the deeper the color, the richer they usually are in these types of antioxidants. In 2 cases, the antioxidants are themselves the color. One of these cases is a group of substances called carotenoids, a source of vitamin A, and lycopene, which is responsible for the red color in tomatoes. So vitamin A is a big antioxidant. 2 vitamin A's that are stuck together give you the vegetable source of your vitamin A, which is called beta-carotene. Just remember that carotene sounds like carrots, and there you go. Carrots are a good source of vitamin A. Vitamin A is also found in most of the red, orange, yellow fruits and vegetables. So carotenoids are actually a group of antioxidants that are related in structure. There's also vitamin A in red peppers, sweet potatoes, beets, strawberries, cantaloupe, and cherries. The second antioxidant that's literally a color is lycopene. As I mentioned, it's the red color from tomatoes. And of course, it's also found in beets and red peppers. In addition to that being a strong antioxidant, it helps produce collagen to make new skin. And we all want new, wrinkle-free, and healthy skin. Lycopene also reduces DNA skin damage from the sun. The third antioxidant that everyone knows about is vitamin E. Now, vitamin E is an oil-soluble vitamin, and it's concentrated in the seed of the plant. Vitamin E is a crucial vitamin in skin production and function. Believe it or not, the skin is considered an organ and has a crucial role in protecting us from outside invaders. Vitamin E, as we said, also reduces wrinkles, and that, again, I imagine interests most people. Again, you can get your vitamin E from nuts and seeds, and the oils produced from those nuts and seeds. There is also a ton of studies suggesting that vitamin A and vitamin E both play a crucial role in fighting the multiplication of cancer cells. Obviously, more is better, but you can get an overdose of vitamin A and vitamin E if you take huge amounts in your supplements. I'm certainly not against a 1-a-day type of multivitamin, but I had a couple of patients when I was working in the hospital that actually had an overdose of vitamin A. It accumulates in your liver. Now, the fourth antioxidant that everyone knows about is vitamin C, or ascorbic acid. This is also abundant in the colorful fruits and vegetables, but vitamin C is essentially non-existent in animal products. My cat Betty doesn't need vitamin C. She just goes on eating her turkey and savory gravy without a thought to her vitamin C needs. But humans are different. In the old days, they used to call the sailors limeys because when they were out to sea for long periods of time, they actually got vitamin C deficiency, which is called scurvy. They finally figured out that if they brought limes onto the ships, they could keep themselves from getting scurvy, which, by the way, is a horrible disease. The fifth antioxidant is a substance that is commonly found in grapes, and it is the reason for the red wine hysteria of the 1990s. This substance is called resveratrol. This can protect the skin from damage from your UVB rays, and in general is an excellent antioxidant. Another extract, which is an excellent antioxidant, is in grape seeds. The substance that is extracted from grape seeds is part of a group of compounds called anthocyanidins, or anthocyanidins. I don't know, I've seen it 2 ways. They're also called flavonoids. That's a whole lot easier to pronounce. Another great antioxidant is niacin. This is called niacinamide, but niacin is easier. It's also called vitamin B3. When I was first memorizing all the vitamins in college, I remembered niacin because it sounds like nice, and it is stable during heating. Niacin is in all types of colorful fruits and vegetables. You'll find plenty of this in your dark green vegetables, both peppers, green beans, and the leafy greens like spinach and bok choy. This is a great anti-inflammatory substance as well. You literally cannot live without it. In addition to all the fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds add significant amounts of antioxidants. And not just peanuts. There's also walnuts, pistachios, pecans, and almonds. And as I hinted at with the grape seeds, there's also sunflower seed oil, sesame seed oil, flax seeds, etc. Legumes, I love saying that. For example, red beans, black beans, soybeans, lentils also have a lot of antioxidants. And I know I'm going to bore you with this, but a variety of all these healthy foods will help knock out the negative effects of all those not so healthy foods, like your charred spare ribs or high fructose corn syrup. And this is so important in the 21st century when we have climate change affecting the degree of UVA and UVB rays, car exhaust, pollutants of all kinds, pesticides, herbicides, high fructose corn syrup, stress, and lack of sleep. It's asking a lot of our poor bodies to fix all of that crap. But thanks be we have a fixer like Donald Trump has. I think our bodies would appreciate it if we pitched in and helped out with more of all the good stuff. That's all I have for you today. Be well and stay tuned next week for another episode of Healing Outside the Box.